Do you know that the way you speak in the first few moments of a conversation can make people respect you instantly, no matter your age? Imagine walking into a room and, within seconds, everyone is drawn to your words. Today, we're uncovering the best speaking habits older adults use to command respect, build trust, and leave lasting impressions. From tone to timing, these little shifts can make a world of difference in every interaction. You don't need years of practice, just a few smart adjustments that work right away. Stay with me, because by the end, you'll know exactly how to speak so people truly listen. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more content. Lesson 1. The power of pausing. Have you ever noticed how some people speak, and the whole room instantly goes quiet to listen? It's not always because they have the loudest voice or the fanciest words. Often, it's because they understand the secret power of the pause. When you pause before speaking, you send a clear message: what I'm about to say matters. That small moment of silence creates curiosity. People lean in. They wait for your words. And when you finally speak, your voice carries more weight. This is why older adults who use pauses wisely are instantly respected in conversations. Think about it: when someone rushes through their words without stopping, it feels overwhelming. Almost like noise. But when a person speaks with calm breaks, it feels more natural, more human, and much easier to follow. That's exactly why pausing works so well. It allows your listener to catch up, process, and connect. Here's a simple example. Imagine someone saying, "Let me tell you something important." Pause. Respect isn't given, it's earned. That short pause before the key point makes the statement more powerful. Without the pause, it would sound ordinary. With the pause, it feels wise. Pausing also shows confidence. People who are nervous often rush, trying to fill every second with sound. But when you pause, you show that you're comfortable with silence. And silence, when used right, is one of the most powerful tools in communication. Another benefit: it gives you time to think. Instead of blurting out words, you can choose your language carefully, making your message clear and meaningful. Older adults naturally have an advantage here. Life teaches patience. By pausing, you demonstrate maturity, thoughtfulness, and control. And trust me, people respect that. So next time you speak, whether it's with family, friends, or even strangers, try this. Take a gentle pause before your important point. You'll notice people listen more closely, and your words will carry greater impact. Remember, respect isn't about speaking more. It's about speaking wisely. And often, wisdom is found in the pause. Lesson 2. Speak with warmth, not just words. Words are powerful, but the way we say them matters even more. You see, people don't just listen to what you say, they also feel how you say it. This is where warmth becomes the secret ingredient in every conversation. Think about the people you love talking to. Are they the ones who speak harshly, or the ones who speak with kindness in their voice? Almost always, we are drawn to people who sound warm, gentle, and sincere. That warmth makes us feel safe, respected, and valued. Older adults often carry this natural gift. With years of life experience, they've learned that tone can heal or hurt, build bridges, or create walls. A soft, welcoming tone can turn even the simplest words, like hello or thank you, into something memorable. Here's a simple example. Imagine two people saying the same sentence. Person A says, "Sit down." Quick, cold, no feeling. Person B says, "Please, have a seat." Gentle, with a smile in the voice. The words are nearly the same, but the feeling is completely different. The second one feels respectful, inviting, and warm. That's the power of tone. It changes everything. Now let me share a small story. An older gentleman was speaking at a family gathering. He didn't raise his voice, he didn't rush. Instead, he spoke with calmness and warmth. His words felt like comfort, like a guiding hand. By the end, even the youngest children were listening quietly, not because they were forced to, but because his voice made them feel cared for. That's the kind of respect warmth creates. It comes naturally, without demand. Speaking with warmth doesn't mean you have to be overly soft or always agreeable. It simply means adding kindness to your tone, showing patience in your words, and letting people feel that you value them. When others sense your sincerity, they don't just hear your words, they feel them. So here's the lesson: respect isn't only in the message. It's in the music of your voice. When you add warmth to your words, people don't just listen to you, they remember you. Lesson 3. Share wisdom through stories. Have you ever noticed how stories stay in our minds much longer than plain advice? You might forget a list of rules, but a story can live in your heart for years. That's why sharing wisdom through stories is one of the most powerful ways older adults earn respect in conversations. When you tell a story, people don't just hear your words, they imagine the scene, they feel the emotions, and they connect with the lesson. A good story can teach without preaching. It inspires without forcing. And that's what makes it unforgettable. Think about it. If someone simply says, "Be patient," you might nod and forget it later. But if they share a short story about a time when patience saved them from a mistake, you'll remember the lesson forever. Here's a little story to show the power of storytelling. An elderly grandmother once told her grandchildren about her early days of marriage. She explained how she and her husband had very little money, but instead of fighting, they chose to stay patient and support each other. She described the struggles, the laughter, and the small joys they celebrated together. Years later, those children didn't just remember her words, they remembered the image of two young people holding hands through hard times. And that story taught them the value of patience and love far better than a lecture ever could. This is why older adults should use stories more often. You don't need to be a professional speaker. Just share simple, real-life experiences. Whether it's about childhood lessons, challenges you overcame, or a funny mistake that turned into wisdom, these moments bring your words to life. Stories also make conversations enjoyable. People lean in, they smile, and they feel connected. A story builds a bridge between generations. Young people see life from your eyes, and they carry those lessons into their own future. So remember, facts may teach, but stories touch the heart. The next time you want to share wisdom, don't just give advice, wrap it in a story. Because when your words turn into a story, they stop being just words. They become memories. Lesson 4. Listen more, speak less. One of the greatest secrets of respected people is not how much they talk, but how deeply they listen. In today's world, everyone wants to be heard, yet very few are willing to truly listen. That is why older adults who master the art of listening are instantly admired. When you listen carefully, you give others something priceless, your attention. And attention shows respect. It tells the other person, you matter. Your words are important. Strangely, the less you speak and the more you listen, the more people begin to value the words you finally do share. Think about a conversation where someone keeps interrupting. It feels frustrating, doesn't it? Now imagine someone who looks into your eyes, nods gently, and allows you to finish your thought. That feels comforting and respectful. It makes you want to listen to them in return. Here's a short story that shows the power of listening. A wise grandfather was once asked by his grandson, "Grandpa, how do you know so much about people?" The old man smiled and said nothing at first. He just listened as the boy shared his worries about school, friends, and dreams. After the boy finished, the grandfather said, "My wisdom doesn't come from talking, it comes from listening." When you listen, people reveal their hearts. And when you know their hearts, you truly understand them. That simple moment taught the boy that respect is earned not by speaking more, but by listening better. Listening also prevents misunderstandings. Many arguments happen not because people disagree, but because they don't fully hear each other. A patient ear can solve problems faster than 100 clever words. For older adults, listening is a gift you can give freely. Younger generations, especially, long for someone who will hear them without judgment. When you provide that space, your words later carry more weight because people trust that you understand them. So the lesson is simple: don't rush to speak. Pause, listen, and absorb. Then, when you do share your thoughts, they will be received with twice the respect. Remember, conversations aren't competitions, they are connections. And the strongest connections are built not by the tongue, but by the ear. Conclusion. We've now uncovered some of the most powerful speaking habits that make older adults instantly respected in every conversation. Remember, it's not about speaking louder, but speaking wiser. If you benefited from this video even a little, please share your feedback in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. Which lesson inspired you the most? Was it the power of pausing, the warmth in your voice, the wisdom of stories, or the art of listening? Your thoughts matter, and your comment might inspire someone else who reads it. So don't hold back, drop your reflections below. And of course, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more inspiring content.